Let me ask you a question that might feel a bit uncomfortable. Think about the last time you sat down to do something important and found yourself, 20 minutes later, scrolling through your phone, checking emails, or doing literally anything else. What happened in those moments? The common story we tell ourselves is that we were interrupted. A notification stole our attention. A colleague asked a question. A thought popped into our head. But I want to propose a different, more powerful perspective, one that gives you back control. Nothing and no one can interrupt you without your silent, unconscious permission. Let that sink in for a moment. The notification is just a sound. The thought is just a neural flicker. It becomes an interruption the moment you grant it access. You open the gate, you hand over the keys to your attention. This is scary because it means the problem is ours to solve. But it's also incredibly empowering because if the permission is ours to give, it is also ours to withhold. I struggle with this constantly. I am not a focused monk in a remote mountain temple. I am right here in the trenches with you, battling the same endless stream of digital and mental noise. I give in more often than I'd like to admit. I lose hours to the void of shallow work. But over time, I've discovered that the battle isn't won in the moment of temptation. Willpower is a finite resource, and it always depletes. The battle is won long before, by building a life and a mind where focus is the default, not the forced exception. And that comes down to two fundamental strategies. The first is external and strategic. The second is internal and biological. Pillar 1, the art of radical elimination. Our modern world is built on a principle of accumulation. We are collectors. We collect physical objects, digital files, and most insidiously, we collect ideas, projects, and commitments. We say yes to vague possibilities. We add someday tasks to our lists, and we absorb the suggestions and expectations of everyone around us. This creates a hidden tax on your focus called cognitive load. Every unfinished project, every half-baked idea, every should lurking in the back of your mind is like a tiny computer program running in the background of your brain, consuming precious processing power. You may not be actively thinking about them, but your brain is. It's managing the list, feeling the guilt of incompletion, and constantly assessing priorities. This mental clutter is the fertile ground in which distractions thrive. When your mind is already full, it's desperate for an escape from the overwhelm. I learned this the hard way. For a long period, I was bombarded with the same suggestion from family, friends, and my audience. You should be making videos, YouTube, TikTok, something. It was a good idea. It made logical sense. So I adopted it. I made it my own. I spent months consumed by this new project. I brainstormed topics, researched equipment, studied editing software, and developed a full content strategy. I invested significant time, energy, and mental space. And you know what? I did it. I published content. The feedback was positive. People were engaged. By all external metrics, it was a success. But internally, I was fraying. I was frustrated. My writing, the work I truly love and feel I was built for, began to suffer. The time I once had for deep, thoughtful articles was now fragmented into 100 different video-related tasks. My focus became a scarce resource. I was constantly context switching, and the quality of my primary work began to dip. The video project, a good idea from the outside, was actively making my core work worse. That's when I asked myself the most clarifying question I've ever formulated. What thing or things should I eliminate to make my life so simple that it's easy to focus? The answer, though difficult, was obvious. I had to eliminate the video project, not forever perhaps, but for now. I had to protect the core of my work, the writing, the courses, the thinking, from the tyranny of a good but distracting opportunity. This is the essence of the first pillar, radical elimination. It's not about time management. It's about attention management. And you manage attention by ruthlessly guarding what is allowed to occupy your mental landscape. So how do you practice this? Start with an audit. Look at every domain of your life. Your projects, what are you working on that is draining your energy without contributing to your primary goals? What can you put on hold, delegate, or cancel entirely? Your commitments, what weekly meetings, social obligations, or voluntary tasks are you doing out of habit or guilt, not out of genuine purpose? Your digital space. How many newsletters are you subscribed to? How many apps on your phone are pure distraction? How many open tabs are whispering for your attention? Your physical space. What clutter in your home or workspace is subconsciously reminding you of unfinished business? Elimination is not a one-time event. It's a continuous practice of pruning, like tending a garden. You are making a conscious choice to favor depth over breadth. You are choosing to be exceptional at a few things rather than mediocre at many. By eliminating the non-essential, You are not losing opportunities. You are creating the space necessary to excel at the opportunities that truly matter. You are making your life so simple that focus is no longer a struggle. It's the natural state of an uncluttered mind. Pillar 2I, the biology of focus. The serotonin switch now. Let's talk about what happens inside your brain when focus fails. It's not just a matter of discipline. It's a matter of chemistry. Specifically, it's about a powerful neurotransmitter called serotonin. Most of us know serotonin as the feel-good chemical linked to mood and happiness, but its role is far more profound. Serotonin is a master regulator. It influences everything from sleep and digestion to anxiety and mood stability. And crucially for us, it plays a massive role in our ability to focus on long-term goals and practice delayed gratification. Here's the connection: when your brain's serotonin activity is high and healthy, you feel capable, patient, and forward-thinking. You can willingly endure short-term discomfort for a long-term payoff. You can sit through the difficult, boring parts of a project because you are connected to the future reward, the finished work, the skill mastered, the goal achieved. But when serotonin activity dips, something insidious happens. Your brain's time horizon shrinks. The future feels distant and abstract. All that matters is now. You become impulsive. You are far more likely to seek immediate, easy pleasures to generate a quick hit of dopamine, another neurotransmitter. This is the distraction spiral: scrolling social media, checking news sites, snacking, online shopping, anything that offers a quick escape from the discomfort of the present task. In this state, you haven't just lost willpower. Your brain's chemical environment is actively working against your long-term intentions. You are, in a very real sense, biologically primed for distraction. So, the critical question becomes, how can you boost your serotonin when you feel that focus slipping away? Most people know that exercise, sunlight, and certain foods can help. But there is a tool that is faster, more accessible, and available to you at any moment. It's a simple mind exercise. All you need to do is consciously remember positive events and successes from your past. This isn't just positive thinking or wishful motivation. It's a neurological intervention. Neuroscience research explained by experts in the field shows that this simple act of positive recall directly stimulates serotonin production in the anterior cingulate cortex, a region of your brain critically involved in regulating attention. Let me repeat that: remembering a time you felt proud, accomplished, or genuinely happy literally changes your brain chemistry in the part of your brain that controls your focus. It flips the biological switch back toward long-term thinking. When I feel the pull of distraction, when my mind feels scattered and I can't settle into my work, I don't just grit my teeth and try harder. I stop, I close my eyes for just 60 seconds. I deliberately pick a specific, positive memory. It doesn't have to be a monumental achievement. It could be the feeling of finishing a good workout, a genuine compliment from a friend, the satisfaction of solving a difficult problem, or a moment of quiet connection with someone I love. I immerse myself in the sensory details of that memory. What I saw, how I felt, what was said. When I open my eyes, something has almost always shifted. The frantic, impulsive energy has softened. The task ahead feels less like a burden and more like a meaningful step forward. My serotonin levels have been nudged upward, and with them, my capacity for focused, deliberate work has been restored. The synthesis, a life of focus, these two pillars work in beautiful synergy. The practice of radical elimination reduces the external and internal noise that drains your cognitive resources and lowers your resilience. It creates a calm, clear environment. The practice of positive recall is the tool you use within that environment to maintain your biochemical balance and keep your focus locked on what matters. This is the path forward. It requires honesty. You must acknowledge that it's not normal to live in a state of perpetual distraction. It's not normal to feel guilty about what you're not doing. It's not normal to end every day feeling like you accomplished nothing of substance. Your focus is the most valuable resource you have in the modern economy. It is the engine of creation, the source of mastery, and the foundation of meaningful work. Stop treating it as a problem to be solved with willpower alone. Start by eliminating everything that makes focus difficult. Then, use the power of your own mind to fuel your brain's natural ability to concentrate. Build a life where focus is natural. Protect it. Nurture it. The quality of your work, and indeed, the quality of your life, depends on it.